Hello everybody. Welcome to Storytime with Miss Pam. I'm with the Upper Chichester Library and I'm going to bring two stories to you this morning. And it's a bright, beautiful, sunny morning out. And I hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather. The first story is called Bear Wants More. When springtime comes, in his warm winter den, a bear wakes up, very hungry and thin. And you know, we're getting close to spring, aren't we? In just a couple of weeks, it'll be springtime. And a reminder, on Sunday is daylight savings time starts again. So we'll have daylight longer in the evening hours. When springtime comes in his warm winter den, a bear wakes up, very hungry and thin. Why is he thin? He's been sleeping all winter. He waddles outside and roots all around. He digs and he paws fresh shoots from the ground. He nibbles on his lawn till the last blade is gone. But the bear wants more. He's so hungry. Mouse scampers by with his acorn pail. Come along, Mouse squeaks, to Strawberry Vale. So up Mouse hops onto Bear's big back. They tromp through the woods for a fresh fruit snack. The berries grow sweet and they eat, but the bear wants more. He's not full yet. He wants some more to eat. So there's a little mouse. Now he has another friend. Here comes a rabbit. The noon sun glows when along hops Hare. Good day, friend Mouse. How do, friend Bear? I'm hungry, roars Bear. Hare says, follow me. There's a fresh clover patch by the cottonwood tree. There's the clover. They nibble on their lunch with a crunch, crunch, crunch. But the bear wants more. Badger shuffles by with his new fishing pole. There's a fine fish feast at the old fishing hole. They head to the pond and they sit by the shore. Bear catches fish, but he still wants more. So there's his friends, Badger and Mouse and Hare or Rabbit. Meanwhile, back at the big bear's den, wait Gopher and Mole with Raven and Wren. So there's the gopher, there's the mole, the big black bird is the raven, and the little brown bird is the wren. They bake honey cakes, they decorate the lair. It's a springtime party for their good friend Bear. Well, they're good friends, aren't they, to have a springtime party for him, because remember, he's been asleep all winter. Bear rubs at his tummy. He smells something yummy, and he still wants more. Look, they're heading out. Where do you think they're going? Bear sniffs and he snuffles as a sweet breeze blows. He romps to his home. He follows his nose. His friends yell surprise when he gets to his den. But Bear is so big. Remember, he's been eating this whole time. That he can't fit in. Uh-oh. Bear wails, what luck I am stuck, stuck, stuck in my own front door. Uh-oh. Mouse squeaks, poor Bear, he is wedged too tight. Hare tugs, Raven pushes with all of their might. Badger gets a stick and he pries so hard That bear pops out and he lands in his yard. Since Bear is so wide, they party outside, and he still wants more. Bear opens presents, he gobbles honey cakes. He eats so much that his big tummy aches. And you see, they've got honey cakes and honey for him, lots of food. So he snuggles in the grass and he snores big snores. He is full, 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 but his friends want more. Bear ate all the food, didn't he? And now his friends, they would like some too. That's a good book about Bear and springtime, and I hope you're getting anxious and looking forward to spring coming. I know I am. The second story that I have for you today is Jan Brett's Gingerbread Baby. Bear Wants More is by Karma Wilson. I don't know if I remembered to say the author, but this one's Jan Brett, and it's Gingerbread Baby, not Gingerbread Boy or Gingerbread Man. The thing I love about Jan Brett is that, her illustrations are so beautiful. So if you check this book out from the library, be sure you take time to look at all of the beautiful illustrations. She is quite an artist. And that's one of the most precious things about her books. This is called Gingerbread Baby. It was cold outside. It was warm inside. A fine day for gingerbread, Maddie thought. Maddie's mother put the big blue bowl on the table and lit the stove. Maddie took down a worn-looking cookbook with old-fashioned writing on the cover. He opened it up to the page that said Gingerbread Boy. And if you look at the illustrations around the edges of the pages, there are even more little pictures that are very interesting. They measured and mixed. Maddie rolled the dough into the shape of a gingerbread boy, and they popped him in the oven. Bake a full 8 minutes, no more, no less. Do not peek, the recipe read. Maddie listened to the clock. Tick, tock, tick. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5. Maddie couldn't wait any longer. He opened the oven door to take a peek, and instead of a gingerbread boy, out jumped a gingerbread baby. He pranced around the big blue bowl. I'm the gingerbread baby, fresh from the pan. If you want me, catch me if you can. Why is he baby? Because he didn't bake long enough. He only baked 5 minutes and not 8. Maddie's mother reached for the gingerbread baby to put him back into the oven, but he ran all around the kitchen. Look, they're trying to get him. They're on the floor. There's Maddie and his mother. The door opened and in came Maddie's father. What's that delicious smell? He asked as the gingerbread baby tumbled through his legs and outside into the yard. Oh my goodness. There's a picture of him running. He ran by the tabby cat. She swished her tail and sprang at him. They rumbled and tumbled, but the gingerbread baby came out on top. You see him up there on the cat's back. He ran toward the garden wall. The dog caught a whiff of tasty ginger and sniffed along behind him. But the gingerbread baby was halfway up when the dog caught up. He barked and barked as the gingerbread baby climbed over the wall. You see the gingerbread baby? So, Maddie couldn't catch him, the mom couldn't catch him, the dad couldn't catch him. The cat couldn't catch him, and the dog couldn't catch him. It looks like they're all trailing behind, doesn't it? Oh, there's Matty still inside. He heard his mother and father yelling. He heard a cat meowing and a dog barking, and he heard the gingerbread babies shouting, "Catch me if you can." Matty opened up the worn-looking cookbook for the second time. Meanwhile, the gingerbread baby wheeled on down the path and into the barn. The goats looked up as he somersaulted across their backs. The last one tried to catch him, but the gingerbread baby was too fast. There he is, somersaulting across the goat's back. Martha and Madeline were standing by the wall when the gingerbread baby stopped to take a drink. They looked at each other and winked. Martha started to talk to him, while Madeline tiptoed up behind him with a bucket. But they couldn't fool that gingerbread baby. There's the gingerbread baby at the well. He took a braid from Martha and a braid from Madeline and tied them in a knot and ran down the road. Look at that. He's pretty ornery, isn't he? He took their braids and tied them together. They wouldn't be able to run after him and catch him. Back in the house, Matty stirred, mixed, and rolled the dough. He shaped it, put it in a pan, and into the oven. Tick, tock, tick, 8 long minutes. This time he didn't peek. "I will catch him if I can," Matty said to himself. What do you think he's up to? As he was bouncing along, the gingerbread baby saw a farm wagon just ahead. He jumped in and settled down for the ride next to a mama pig. The smell of the gingerbread was too much for her. She tossed him high in the air, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. But the gingerbread baby twisted in the air and came down hard on her porky snout. There's the pig trying to catch the gingerbread baby. I am the gingerbread baby, too quick for the mother and the father, too fast for the cat, the dog, the goats, too clever for Martha and Madeline, too smart for the mama pig. Who's left? Catch me if you can. And there he's running. Feeling smug, the gingerbread baby strolled along by himself until he came to a bridge that crossed over to the village. Can you see? There's the bridge. Just as he got to the middle, he heard running feet behind him and saw a crowd of villagers ahead of him. The gingerbread baby was trapped. He jumped up onto the railing, backflipped through the air, and landed on a chunk of ice floating down the river. There he is, jumped off of the bridge. The ice bobbed along with the gingerbread baby dancing on top and singing in a loud voice. There he is on the ice, floating down the river. And he's singing, "Look at me, and what do you see? The best gingerbread baby ever." Until his feet got cold and he jumped ashore. Who was that watching from the trees? It was the fox. He crept up behind the gingerbread baby, ready to eat him up. But the fox couldn't help himself, and he licked his chops, smack, smack. The gingerbread baby heard him and ran as fast as he could. Just when the fox was catching up, the gingerbread baby saw the milk and cheese man with his can of milk. The perfect hiding place, he thought. He lifted the lid and lowered himself inside. He was so pleased that he sang at the top of his gingerbread voice. "Ha ha, hee hee, you'll never find me. I'm the gingerbread baby. Catch me if you can." The milk and cheese man heard the gingerbread baby's voice. "Who is meddling with my milk?" he shouted and lifted the lid. But the gingerbread baby was ready. He jumped up and tweaked his nose. You see, tweaking his nose just means he pinched his nose. Uh-oh, look at all the people chasing after gingerbread baby. Now the milk and cheese man, the fox, the villagers, the mama pig, Martha and Madeline, the bleating goats, the barking dog, the meowing cat, the father and the mother were all after the gingerbread baby and getting closer, and he knew it. The brash baby was not as peppy and proud as he had been. He sniffed a familiar smell and followed his nose into the woods. He couldn't believe what he saw. There in the middle of a clearing was a gingerbread house, frosted with sugar and covered with candy, and doors with peppermint handles wide open. The gingerbread baby clapped his hands with glee and ran inside. There's the little gingerbread house. Look, who's hiding behind the tree? Is that Maddie? In a tick-tock-tick, everyone arrived in the clearing, but all they found were a few bits of frosting, a peppermint candy, and some crumbs. The father exclaimed, "The gingerbread baby has finally met his match." "I wonder who it was," the mother said. "Let's go home and tell Maddie." So the gingerbread house is not there anymore. There's a little clue. Can you see? That's Maddie. He's got the little gingerbread house in his hands. "Hello, Maddie," his father said when they got home. "We never did catch the gingerbread baby. All we found were some crumbs in the snow." "I see you've been busy," his mother said, looking at the gingerbread house Maddie was holding. "Too bad we never caught that gingerbread baby." "Too bad," said Maddie. And there's the really beautiful little gingerbread house. Only Maddie could hear the tiny voice from inside the gingerbread house. Do you see whose shadow is that in the window? And that's the end of the story. Oh, look. This page flips open. There's the gingerbread house. It's one more page. "I'm the little gingerbread baby, lucky as can be, to be living in the house that Maddie made for me." Oh, well, that was a good ending, wasn't it? He didn't get eaten up after all, and Maddie made him a cute little gingerbread house to live in. That Maddie, he was a pretty smart little boy, wasn't he? Well, I hope you enjoyed our couple of stories today. Those can be checked out from the Upper Chichester Library. We're still doing curbside service, so you can come up to the door and let us know what you want, and we'll get them and check them out for you. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you'll come back again next Monday at 10:30 for Story Time with Miss Pam. Have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.